1 year since Syria revolution, the tyrant has gone. He's not coming back. What has happened? What have been the developments, and what does the future look like? Assalamu alaikum and welcome. This is the only way up. And today we're going to talk about 1 year anniversary of Syria. So what's been going on?
Yeah, Sakam Shani. Good to be here again. So yeah, literally today we're sitting down recording this on the 8th of December. The 8th of December 2024, this time last year, was when rebel forces from the north of Syria, they marched all the way down to Damascus. And I think it was the morning of the 8th of December where Bashar al-Assad boarded a Russian-bound plane, bringing to an end the House of al-Assad and the inglorious decades-long rule that the people had to face. So really, since then, there's been a number of things that have happened. I think the first thing is that look, we have to accept Ahmed al-Shara is really, bro. Put your audio on mute, bro. Yeah, so Ahmed al-Shara really is one warlord amongst many. He rules over a fractured country. So in the north, you have the Kurds who were hoping they will get autonomy, but they've been forced by America to join the regime in Damascus, join its military forces. You've got the Alawis in the coastal areas who've lost power. So they're really unhappy about this and they feel threatened by the change. And in the south of Syria, you've got the Druze who are basically now in bed with Israel. So you've got this fractured country. Any of these three factions could actually march to Damascus and overthrow the regime. Add to that, for Israel, this is an opportunity of a lifetime. When Bashar al-Assad fled, they took out all the heavy military equipment across Syria. So the Syrian regime really has very few heavy weaponry. And what they've effectively been doing, Israel, is they've been expanding into Israel. So straight away they said all the agreements with the previous regime are gone now. So they've taken on the Golan Heights. And effectively now they've taken over the south of Syria and they are trying to force the regime in Damascus to accept that the south of Syria has to be demilitarized. That doesn't really bode well for the regime. On the flip side, what Hamid al-Shah has been doing, he's been welcomed to the White House. You can see the pictures online. He's been welcomed in Moscow. He's been welcomed in Europe. He's talking now about going to Tehran. Uh, Most of the sanctions have been lifted of HTS, the group he was part of Ahmed al-Shara personally, of Syria personally. So what Ahmed al-Shara is showing the Syrians and the world is that, look, I can go to the Western capitals. I can act on behalf of Syria. Gone are the jihadi outfits and the khaki uniform. Now the three-piece suits have come on. And he's basically showing, look, I'm the right man for Syria. Look, I can engage with the West. I can work on getting foreign investment. So it's only been a year. He took over a country that was 13 years of civil war. So the economy infrastructure is completely decimated. And I think in 2026 that if he doesn't start improving the situation of the people, then trouble might start brewing really. But yeah, that's what he's been up to for the last year. Not that much has happened, but I think everyone's just happy that the regime's gone. They're not being monitored. They can live freely. The prisons are open now. Anybody can walk in and out. They have become museums. So the brutal rule that's coming to an end, and that's what most people are happy about.
Yeah, and it's important to recognize that obviously the end of Bashar big victory for the Ummah and a big congratulations to the Ummah, and we should never forget that. But at the same time, it was a stepping stone victory. So the Ummah in Syria, you can see, still wants to march forward, move forward, and claim its identity and have a system, have a governance, have a rulership which reflects their identity. And you can see, America in particular is working 24 hours to make sure that doesn't happen. And uh, not only not that that doesn't happen, it's already got plans for Syria. It seems as though the South Syria, where the Druze are, potentially going to be separated. Maybe even administered separately initially, until it's sort of secure, and then it becomes a separate entity within Syria, and then eventually a separate country. A bit like what's happening in North Sudan. It's almost like two separate entities being administered separately, practically, in effect, two separate countries, but still known as one country, North Sudan. And until a point in the future where they feel like we can say, yeah, these are two separate countries, or they can make them steps. That's the sad situation that we have. And even to the point where, uh, they're making it out like it's going to happen very soon, that Syria will have a normalization with that country that, for forever and a day has been bombing, has been hurting, has been harassing Syria. But now it looks like that's not going to be affected, and normalization will take place. So though it is a victory, it's not the end victory. And inshallah, it doesn't become a victory which then ends up becoming diverted and subjugated and manipulated and taken in the wrong direction. Though Shara has not is not even not even signs. He's openly stating he's going through with American policy on this issue. So there is going to be differences between him and the Ummah, rightly so, because the Ummah has to be represented. It has to have its voice. It has to have its sovereignty and authority in how it sees itself and how it sees Islam and how it should be governed. So, any comments, questions, or suggestions, please leave them in the box below. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. And Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.